A brief detention at the airport involving one of the Bahamas' biggest sports stars. Tonight on our news, what sources say happened to NBA center DeAndre Ayton at LPIA today. Plus, Prime Minister Philip Davis kicks off his party's campaign, making the case for 4 more years, but still not saying when the election will be called. We'll tell you what Davis told supporters at his party's launch straight ahead. This is the FNM pushing back after that launch, while the opposition says the hype doesn't match the results, calling it razzle-dazzle with no substance. Then in our news at 7:30, 2 homes destroyed as firefighters racing from one blaze to another in the Southern District. We'll show you the back-to-back fires within hours coming up. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. The lead story tonight, our news confirming with multiple sources that NBA star DeAndre Ayton was detained for a short time this afternoon on suspicion of carrying a controlled substance while traveling through Lynden Pindling International Airport. Those same sources also confirming that after a preliminary and secondary checks, he was released. The 7-foot center is currently in his first season with Los Angeles Lakers. The NBA is currently on its All-Star break, which typically takes place after the Super Bowl. Ayton recently represented the Bahamas in the 2024 pre-Olympic qualifiers on the team that was 1 win away from making the Olympics. The country hopes to achieve that goal in Los Angeles in summer 2028 with Ayton's help. And the Progressive Liberal Party officially in campaign mode tonight, with Prime Minister and party leader Philip Davis touting his record, laying out what he calls a new era of opportunity and making the case for a second term. But one key detail remains unanswered, and that's when Bahamians will actually head to the polls. Sasha Lightbourne was at the party's Monday night launch.
Ain't nothing wrong with having fun and a good time as we're having tonight. But we're also going to address some serious things, because these are serious times and there's a lot at stake in this election.
That message from Prime Minister Philip Davis Monday night, formally launching the Progressive Liberal Party's re-election campaign, surrounded by supporters and more than 40 candidates ready to contest seats across the country. A packed venue, energy high, and a leader looking to shift focus from where the country has been to where he says it can go.
We can harness new advances in technology to accelerate our development. We can use our small size as an advantage and move quickly to innovate and lead. We can generate more opportunities for Bahamians than ever before and turn a brain drain into a brain gain. We can meet new challenges while protecting our values and traditions. Bottom line, we got what it takes.
Davis arguing the Bahamas is better positioned today than it was 4 years ago, pointing to his administration's record, pay increases for nurses and teachers, a reduction in value-added tax, and a hike in the minimum wage. But as the party seeks a second term, the question becomes, what's next?
We will be making major, transformative new investments as we prepare for this new era of opportunity, risks, and challenges. So we do so, we will expand Upskill Bahamas and skills training opportunities and ensure continuing education reaches all who want to participate. We will make sure Our laws are capable and are able to protect our citizens and our democracy from new threats.
Now, the Prime Minister has already indicated that this will be the PLP's last major event as the Lenten season begins on Wednesday, which is Ash Wednesday, and will end on Easter Sunday. Reporting from Bahamar for our news, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
All right, thanks so much for that, Sasha. And the Free National Movement also responding to last night's campaign. Delvado Emmanuel speaking with the party's chairman, who says there are still more questions than answers.
Plenty razzle dazzle, and he's still waiting for the punchline to drop. Okay? What are you campaigning on?
Free National Movement Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands weighing in on the PLP's campaign launch Monday night. It comes only hours after the PLP filled the ballroom at the Bahamar Convention Center with enthusiastic party supporters. But Sands says while the event was high on excitement and fanfare, Bahamians are still waiting to hear what the governing party plans to run on, taking aim at the party's Choose Progress slogan.
The Bahamian people haven't seen any progress. Most people are asking themselves, as they should, are they better off now than they were 4.5 years ago? And the answer is categorically no. Healthcare is in shambles. The economy is a mess in terms of people's personal economy, affordability. Most people can't afford to live in this country because of the Davis policies.
Sands also using the opportunity to respond to attacks directed to the Free National Movement during the launch.
But, when you're taking cheap personal shots, understand it's because you have no record to defend. And they have no record to defend. So when you listen to the Prime Minister mumble and bumble and he can't say much, it is because he knows that this is all about a public relations exercise. Keep them entertained. Keep the people entertained. Give them some food. Give them some liquor. And maybe they will get hoodwinked or bamboozled.
Now, when asked to rate the government's performance over the last 4 years, the FNM chairman did not hold back.
Horrible. Useless. Terrible. You want me to go on?
Reporting for our news, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
All right, thanks for that, Delvado. Well, with a full slate of candidates, the leader of Coalition of Independents, Lincoln Bain, says he believes his party is poised for a win following the ratification of the final candidate Sunday. He talked about his party's possible pathway to victory.
If each of you get 6 people, that's 70,000. The PLP won last time with 56,000. I mean, we already got more than they had last time. Think about that. It's that easy. So all I want you to do, forget 6, because some of them might lie to you. Go for 10. Get your 10 family, friends, and co-workers, the people in your church, the people in your lodge, your neighbors. This ain't time to be shy. Your country is in trouble.
And the COI leader betting on a May election, although the Prime Minister has yet to give a date as he and the other 40 COI candidates wait. Bain sounding the battle cry to his members.
We are going to do this every Sunday into the next election. Election in May, y'all. Election in May. We are going to do this every Sunday till the next election. What else we're going to do? We're going to put boots on the ground every day until the next election. To all of my candidates, I sure you don't get fired. Get your boots on the ground. So let me hear you're in on the ground. Time to get your boots on the ground. It's time to win this because this is serious. We can't let them want this more than us. The one who wins is the one who wants it the most.
And government locking in a new multi-year health agreement with Pan American Health Organization, a move health officials say will help strengthen primary care, improve disease monitoring, and better prepare the country for health emergencies and climate-related threats. The Ministry of Health and Wellness signing the Bahamas Country Cooperation Strategy 2026 Tuesday at the Office of the Prime Minister. In simple terms, officials say the agreement is about building a stronger, more connected, people-centered health system and making sure Bahamians can access quality care no matter which island they live on. Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville.
improve health and well-being of our people, to focus on stronger delivery of primary healthcare systems from Inagua all the way to Grand Key, to improve prevention and control of communicable and non-communicable diseases that are of great risk to our population, inclusive of mental health services. We also have in the document enhanced disease surveillance and emergency preparedness in our response to climate change and climate vulnerabilities.
PAHO's director, Dr. Jarabas Barboda da Silva Jr., traveled to the Bahamas for the signing. He says this agreement is more than a formality, calling it a shared commitment to protect the health of Bahamians now and into the future.
It reflects national leadership and ownership, aligns with the country's health and development goals, and ensures that PAHO's technical cooperation is focused, relevant, and impactful. The Bahamas has demonstrated remarkable resilience and leadership in the face of complex challenges, from non-communicable diseases and health systems strengthening to preparedness for public health emergencies, climate-related risks, and the long-term effects of the COVID-19 pandemic.
All right, and we spoke with Dr. Darville about several other health-related issues on the sidelines of that agreement. The signing of that agreement. We'll have those stories coming up in our news later this week. All right, we've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Kendian, and a happy Tuesday evening on this wet Tuesday night. We have some light showers out there, partly cloudy to cloudy skies. Temperature at 73 degrees right now. Your winds out of the east-northeast at 16 miles per hour, so we have a bit of a breeze out there. It's making it feel like 70 degrees on the outside. Temperatures right now around the Family of Islands, 69 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, 68 over in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. Pick up 70s, starting with Alistown, Bimini at 72, 72 also in Nicholstown, Andros, and in Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera. Great Harbor Keys, 71. Central Bahamas, 74. Kemps Bay, pick up 73s. Black Point, Exuma, Georgetown, Exuma, Deadman's Key, Long Island, and over in Coburn, San Salvador, Arthurstown, Kid Islands, 70 degrees. Port Nelson, Rumkey, 72 there, and into the southeast Bahamas, 74s in Duncantown, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, Abrams Bay, Delectable Bay, Auckland, 73, 76 in Matthewtown, Inagua, and our neighbors at the southeast Turks and Caicos Islands. You have a temperature right now of 77. Satellite radar composite, this is the setup. We have a weakening frontal boundary still hanging out near the central Bahamas. That's sparking a few quick passing showers across our area. We got some patchy clouds still hanging around, so we will continue to see some occasional showers later on tonight through the early part of tomorrow. Still a bit on the breezy side. High pressure will dominate our weather for the next couple of days, so we're looking at some really nice weather. So if you have plans for the outdoors, you could get outside and enjoy. But as that high slides out towards the east, it will keep us with a stable air mass in place, looking for some nice conditions with another front. A good change in our temperatures expected by early next week. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, a career-high night for Valentino Simon hopefully makes him a staple in the Omaha lineup. Then we talk the first knockout rankings on the season.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
What's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking the Silence with Junior Clovis, where conversations we avoid.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Coming off an NCAA tournament appearance, the Omaha Mavs came into this season with high expectations, but they went through some early struggles. Insert a late season tweak, and now things have started to trend in the right direction. Go small, slide Valentino in at the 5, pick up the pace. Simon delivered a career night, then led Omaha to a pair of statement wins as the regular season continues to wind down. The senior forward scored 21 points and added 10 rebounds to lead the Mavs to an upset win over St. Thomas, 98-94. Entering the night, averaging just 2.2 points per game, Simon got the start at center and erupted for 15 points in the first half. The easiest way to mine for content? A rankings list. Thank you, NACAC. The organization released its first top list for the 2026 season, and Bahamians are among the region's top performers so far. Kansas State Wildcats freshman Alan Hanna leads the way, ranked first overall and first in the under-20 division in the high jump with a leap of 2.15 meters. Wanye McCoy of the Florida Gators and Joshua Wilson are both ranked fourth in their events. McCoy in the 200 in 20.50 seconds and Wilson in the 100 at 10.47. CONCACAF continues to find ways to showcase the region's developing national team programs, and the Bahamas will return to the Caribbean Series next month. The Bahamas men's national team is set to compete in Group D of the CONCACAF Series during the upcoming FIFA International Match window in March. The team has been drawn alongside the Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, and Anguilla in Group D. All matches will be played at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex in Georgetown, Cayman Islands. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as Peru's Congress begins debating the removal of its president. And no fuel means no garbage collection as waste piling up in Havana. And U.S. civil rights icon Jesse Jackson dead at age 84. The story when Our News returns.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Conflict doesn't have to end in chaos. Before it escalates, take a breath. Step back. Choose peace. Listen to understand. Respectful conversations lead to real solutions. I am Sergeant 3599 Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, urging you, let's talk it out, not fight it out.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to patrol the
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it. And
as they came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for our News Year in Review 2025.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Peru's Congress debating whether to oust President Jose Jerry just 4 months into his term over undisclosed meetings with a Chinese businessman. Lawmakers are considering a censure vote, which requires a simple majority and would remove him from office without a full impeachment trial. If approved, Peru would see its 8th president in 8 years, continuing a stunning streak of political turnover. Jerry says he will respect the outcome.
We Peruvians need to show that not just anyone can come and trample on governance. We've had everything, murderers, thieves, but a sexual psychopath is the last straw and exceeds any moral intention we might have today. We are not covering for the President of the Republic. We are defending the institution of the presidency because if we impeach him now, we would be weakening it at a time when stability is required. We are on the verge of an election, and we cannot tolerate that there might be significant groups of voters who cannot vote simply because it is unsafe. Regardless of what the committee does, we need to convene another plenary session in an extraordinary manner. And who will do it? Another consensus. Will there be a new consensus for the new interpretation? What's really happening is a charade. It's a charade, and it's playing with the expectations of the population that is watching.
And Cuba's fuel crisis now triggering a waste emergency, with Reuters reporting garbage piling up across Havana as many collection trucks sit idle without petrol. State media say only 44 of the city's 106 trucks are still operating, leaving the capital running at less than half its collection capacity. The shortages follow U.S. moves to curb oil supplies, while Russia has indicated it may send crude in the coming weeks.
There's a lot of trash. And now, with the oil problem, even more so. I don't know. I suggest that young people who don't work or prisoners be put to work collecting trash. I don't know, something. Because the trash does not stop. And now, with this oil problem, even less so. Well, that is my understanding. I don't know, because the truth is that with that, we're not going to get rid of the viruses that are out there. We're never going to get rid of them. This has been going on since before the oil problem, and now it's serious, critical, very critical. It's prone to causing diseases which are caused by garbage. Please do something about this.
And U.S. civil rights icon Jesse Jackson has died at age 84, according to a statement from his family. Reuters reports the eloquent Baptist minister, a close associate of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., rose from the segregated South to become a leading voice for racial justice and twice ran for the Democratic presidential nomination. His family calling him a servant leader to the oppressed and voiceless around the world. Jackson had been battling Parkinson's disease and a rare neurological disorder.
I honestly was just so grateful for his life. You know, he was such a poignant activist in the civil rights movement, and his legacy will forever, you know, live on. So I know he lived a full life. He was fighting and working for the cause till the very end, and I'm just so grateful. I think it's even ironic that it happened during Black History Month, because he is such a huge figure in Black history as well, you know. So honestly, I just felt gratitude for who he was and the man he was and the work he did for us and our people.
Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was February 17th. Then in our news at 7:30, U.S. civil rights icon Jesse Jackson has died at age 84. Jerome Sawyer takes a look back at his life and legacy and his connection to the Bahamas.
Lights, camera, action. The pomp and pageantry was on full display at the PLP's campaign launch at Bahamar last night. We'll take a look coming up in our news tonight.
It's all coming up when our news returns.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent services, so I was very grateful that the Live Fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trevi Williams, and the future is home with a Live Fiber.
The dangers are escalating. Vaping liquid marijuana is on the rise, damaging lungs and increasing stroke risk. And a deadly new trend, lean, cough syrup, soda, and candy, a lethal combination that can cause seizures and even death. Possession means arrest and prosecution. I am Corporal 2641 Rory Fox of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Protect your loved ones. Learn more by visiting our website.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1776, a fleet left Delaware to raid Nassau, launching the first amphibious operation of the Continental Marines and sparking the Battle of Nassau. In 1905, the Spanish ship Anton sank off Mayaguana, its crew rescued and held for 16 days before escaping to Anagua. And in 1987, Olympic gold medalist Ramon Miller was born in Nassau, later anchoring the men's 4x4 team to gold in London, cementing his place among the Golden Knights. If you want to learn more about the events that shaped the day that was February 17th, head over to ournews.bs. And of course, that's where you can find all of today's top stories, and you can share your favorite stories right from Our News Bahamas on Facebook. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. But joining us now is Jerome Sawyer. He is up with the latest headlines. Jerome?
Thank you very much. A busy day for firefighters with back-to-back calls. Two homes destroyed by fire in the Southern District today as firefighters responded to multiple blazes within hours. Here are your latest headlines. Ahead on our news tonight, briefly detained NBA star DeAndre Ayton held briefly by police at LPIA. We'll tell you what happened. Also, the PLP goes into full campaign mode with the official launch of their re-election bid.
A recap tonight. We'll also hear from some supporters confident about a second win for the incumbent party. An iconic figure in U.S. civil rights passes away as the world mourns Reverend Jesse Jackson. Tonight, we recall his last visit here and his recognition of our thriving democracy. And then a busy afternoon for firefighters. Two separate back-to-back incidents call out the fire trucks and fire police. Our News Live at 7:30 is back in a moment.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
When I wake up in the morning and I take a walk outside, I see the sunshine, I see a new day, and that feeling puts a smile right on my face. I know just what to do, go to the paint place. So if you wanna paint it right the first time, go to the paint place, stop at the paint place. And if you want it to last a lifetime, go to the paint place, stop at the paint place.
Hello, what do I have in my biggie bag? Fries, nuggets, a chicken sandwich, an apple pie, a free apple pie. It also comes with a drink. You know what? A biggie bag a day keeps the hunger away.
For a limited time only, get a free apple pie with the purchase of the Biggie Bag.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Somewhere's was a party going on, yeah. Somewhere's was a one-stop shopping here. In the family, community, for me. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us. Shop, 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 we've got some answers.
Welcome to our News at 7:30, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jerome Sawyer in for Talia Hall tonight. Our lead story, our news confirming with multiple sources that NBA star DeAndre Ayton was detained for a short time today on suspicion of carrying a controlled substance while traveling through the Lynden Pinling International Airport. Those same sources also confirming that after a preliminary and secondary check, he was released. The 7-foot center is currently in his first season with the Los Angeles Lakers. The NBA is currently on its All-Star break, which typically takes place after the Super Bowl. Ayton recently represented the Bahamas in the 2024 pre-Olympic qualifiers on the team that was one win away from making the Olympics. The country hopes to achieve this goal in Los Angeles in the summer of 2028 with Ayton's help. Well, the Progressive Liberal Party officially in campaign mode tonight, unveiling its election machinery in front of a packed Baha Mar Convention Center. The Prime Minister and party leader, Philip Davis, touting what he calls the next phase of the Bahamas if re-elected, but still not saying when voters will head to the polls. As the party pushes its message, Choose Progress, our Sasha Lightbourne tonight takes us inside the pomp, the pageantry, and the political theater.
The blast of horns, a wave of flags, and the entrance of all 41 ratified candidates, setting the tone for what became a nearly 3-hour Progressive Liberal Party campaign launch. And from the moment they filed into the ballroom, supporters on their feet, chanting, cheering, and recording every step. Supporters didn't just attend, they performed. At times, the atmosphere feeling more like Clifford Park or R.M. Bailey Park than a formal political meeting. Inside, every seat taken, standing room only, and barely that, while the Prime Minister laid out his party's vision for a second term, including continued investment and economic growth. He did not say when voters will be called to the poll. Party officials say another major event will follow after the Easter season. And then the moment designed to cap the night. One by one, all 41 candidates returning to the stage, joining Prime Minister Philip Davis, shoulder to shoulder, a visual show of unity and a clear message: the campaign has begun. Now, the PLP is clearly ready for the election, but we will have to wait until the Easter season is done to have another big event like this one. Reporting for our news, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
Well, some notable PLP supporters also weighing in on the party's Monday night campaign launch. From the entertainment industry to the Labour Front, Grand Bahama residents and even some well-known members of the clergy say the PLP deserves a second chance to continue progress. Here's Joshua Williams.
It was clear this campaign launch was a night of fun and excitement for PLP supporters. Long lines, cramped hallways, and an overflowing ballroom told the story. But it wasn't just fun and celebrations. Many in the crowd truly believe the governing party is the best choice for Bahamians at the polls. But why? A longtime PLP supporter and PLP rally MC, local pastor Dwight Ambrister, believes the country needs the stability of a re-elected PLP.
You need a party in power who understands that, who can deliver that. They've been talking about it, and now it's time for manifestation.
And while government has promised to address certain areas, Bahamian entertainer Puzzle is hoping for more industry opportunities.
We don't really have, predominant record labels in the Bahamas. So if the government marries with private sectors and get the private sector to pitch in to help the music to get international, I think that would be a great help.
Over on the Labour front, Union of Tertiary Educators of the Bahamas President Daniel Thompson, while often in a clash with government on union matters, still wears his PLP colours proudly.
So he has done a lot for workers throughout the country, and that is notwithstanding anyone's position. He has done a lot. And the thing about it is that the reason why you see so many labor movement, they're making noise, they're agitating, is because they know they couldn't get these things under the former administration.
Arminic Bowe challenged incumbent Wayne Monroe for the Freetown constituency. Notwithstanding a disappointing loss for the nomination, she says she's ready to work.
More recreation for the kids. They need more stuff for the young men to do, the young women to do. Every day we turn around, it's another murder. 2 days ago, we had 2 in our constituency.
While Grand Bahama is known historically as F&M country, this resident says it's time to move on.
The Davis-led administration have done more than any government has done in the last 20 years in Grand Bahama, along with the Minister of Grand Bahama.
Now, it's been a while since any political party has won back-to-back elections. I also asked residents if they believe the PLP can do it this time.
Michael Petty Pintard, the only thing he's banking on is that every 5 years. Michael Pintard, that bank is close.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Of course, if you want to see more stories about last night's event, be sure and visit Our News on Facebook and ournews.bs. On to some other news tonight. A man with a history of mental illness sentenced to 25 years in prison after pleading guilty to murder. Slade Seymour Jr. stabbed Karen Thompson multiple times during a fight at a plaza on Carmichael Road on June 27th back in 2023. In passing sentence, Justice Renee McKay said she took the 22-year-old's youth and mental history into account, but she considered the heinous nature of the crime that took place in public. McKay said she was satisfied that the prison had the resources to treat Seymour. Reactions from around the world tonight on the passing of Reverend Jesse Jackson, who led the U.S. civil rights movement for decades. The iconic preacher, activist, and U.S. presidential candidate was a close associate of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and a global champion for racial justice. Tonight, tributes are pouring in from around the world and civil rights groups, including here at home.
He was in many ways the protege of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Jesse Jackson, the charismatic U.S. civil rights leader, raised in the segregated South of the United States, died this morning at the age of 84. He became a close associate of MLK and twice ran for the Democratic presidential nomination.
This campaign has taught me much. That leaders must be tough enough to fight, tender enough to cry, human enough to make mistakes, humble enough to admit them, strong enough to absorb the pain, and resilient enough to bounce back and keep on moving.
History records his presence at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee, when Dr. King was shot and killed in 1968. He led a lifetime of crusades in the U.S. and around the world, advocating for the poor and underrepresented, scoring diplomatic victories with world leaders through the Rainbow Push Coalition, channeling cries for Black pride and self-determination.
Ease back into the uncivilized era of fighting to be a superior race. That is a contradiction in terms, because there is but one race, the human race.
Described as an inspirational orator and eloquent Baptist minister, Jackson visited the Bahamas frequently, most notably in January 2018 as a guest of the Progressive National Baptist Convention Winter Board meeting at the Malia Nassau Beach. He was a guest speaker during the evening's event worship services. During that visit, he said, "I came to escape the snow, but it's not just the land of sunshine. The Bahamas has a stable government and a progressive government. When the late Sir Lyndon Pinling became Prime Minister of the Bahamas, a Black leader, it was an inspiration to people around the world. I've been coming since then," end quote. On opening night of the 2018 convention, he was welcomed by then Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Travis Robinson, along with other high-ranking tourism officials. The night's program included the showing of a documentary called A Piece of Paradise, based on the late Dr. Martin Luther King's relationship in the Bahamas, in particular the island of Bimini, where he wrote two of his noted speeches. Reverend Jackson was also honored by the Progressive National Baptist Convention during that meeting here in the Bahamas. Like so many around the world today, Bahamians are mourning his passing while reflecting on the impact of his work. A statement from Prime Minister Philip Davis describes him as a giant in the civil rights movement who reminded leaders everywhere that democracy only has meaning when it delivers dignity. He went on to recall Reverend Jackson's efforts after Hurricane Dorian to mobilize relief, supplies, and donations to help in our darkest hour. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jerome Sawyer.
Time now for your first look at temperatures around the country. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center tonight. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Jerome, and a happy Tuesday evening, everybody. Wet conditions on the outside. We have a lot of clouds out there. 73 degrees is our current temperature under partly cloudy skies. East-northeast winds at 60 miles per hour. Bit of a breezy night evening out there on the outdoors. 70 degrees is what it feels like on the outdoors. Satellite radar composite, weakening frontal boundary across the central Bahamas, still sparking a few quick passing showers, picking up some of that Atlantic moisture. So we'll continue to see that with that easterly breeze bringing in that moisture across the area. High pressure is still in control of our weather. That front will continue to dissipate. High pressure will dominate for the balance of the week. We're looking for some warmer temperatures by the end of the week, and a significant front, maybe your last cool down, expected by early next week. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. We'll take a look at your extended forecast when we come back.
Still to come on Our News tonight, back-to-back blazes sent firemen to separate scenes. No injuries, but two structures all but burned to the ground today. Plus, it's a good time to rent, buy, or sell a home in Grand Bahama? Well, our weekly Grand Review has the answer, especially if you're in the market for a home. Stay with us. Our News is back in just a moment.
Southwest Plaza, got it going on, yeah. Southwest Plaza, one-stop shopping is here. The family, community, for me. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us. Shop, shop, we've got some in store. Shop, shop, our prices are right. Come spend the day, bring the family. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us.
Hey, Greg Thompson here.
And thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared?
A busy day for firefighters here in the capital with back-to-back calls. 2 homes destroyed by fire in the Southern District today as firefighters responded to multiple blazes within hours. Drone footage shot shows billowing smoke rising from the southern section of the island. When our news arrived on the scene, firefighters were seen battling a blaze that destroyed a 2-story building. It was unclear if anyone was home at the time, but a concerned neighbor telling our news a woman and her son live at the residence, and at one point she feared for their safety.
I'm certain that she isn't in the house because she tends to come out early in the mornings to try and gather up what she could gather up to bring home probably and come home late evening. So I know the son normally be there, but I'm just hoping that he was not there and all is well inside there. But the lady is really struggling, and I had to come out here immediately because I remembered the location where I took the lady.
Well, after wrapping up that interview, firefighters received another call, this time to John Street off Blair Hill Road. When we arrived there, another small house engulfed in flames, several fire trucks responding, crews working to prevent the fire from spreading. While the homeowner was in, a man who identified himself as a property owner says he has been in a years-long court battle over the property and described the fire as ironic.
I guess must have to take this to get him out because he didn't look like he's planning on leaving. So everyone else is gone. Well, all these had to come down in any event because they wasn't taking care of them, you know, and I wasn't collecting any rent for them for over 20 years.
Well, police and defense force officers are now a bit more equipped to spot and try to stop cross-border criminal activities like transnational organized crime, human trafficking, and document fraud, thanks to a training partnership with the U.S. Embassy in Nassau. The week-long program held a week ago brought together law enforcement from both countries in a classroom setting and some real-world hands-on practical exercises like vessel boarding, serving search warrants, and even mock courtroom sessions. Called the Intermediate Fraud Detection Workshop, the training was funded by the Americans and included experts from about 7 different U.S. law enforcement and investigation agencies. At last week's closing ceremony, U.S. Ambassador Herschel Walker said, "The threats we face are too big for any one agency or nation to tackle alone," while also making it clear the training was not a one-time event. Rent, buy, or sell? A big question when looking for somewhere to live, especially if you're a Grand Bahamian. Tonight in the Grand Review with our Megan Shepherd, a local real estate agent, talks about the trends and opportunities there.
Real estate agent at HG Christie, Catherine McClay, is noticing a trend in the Grand Bahama market. More and more Bahamians are looking for rental properties. But depending on your perspective, the challenge is availability of properties to rent.
Not because they're taken up by short-term rentals. We just don't have the right amount of rentals, long-term rentals available. The other thing we are certainly seeing a lot more Nasuvians coming over, which is nice to see. And of course, now that it's wintertime, the snowbirds are coming down.
And when the island has suffered tremendous devastation post-Hurricane Dorian, prompting many Grand Bahamians to relocate. McClay says she believes the island is still suffering as remaining homeowners may be wary about rebuilding.
Honestly, I think we're still suffering post-Dorian as far as construction and whether people had the means to rebuild or even the desire to rebuild. I think that plays a big role. We have needed new blood, new inventory in the rental market for a good while, and it's really starting to show now.
And then there is that influx of Canadian buyers.
To be fair, the environment in the U.S. is not necessarily favorable to Canadian investors. They want to warm up. It's very cold up north right now, so they want to have some time where they can come and thaw out.
So if you've been tossing around the idea of home ownership for some time now, McClay believes now is the time to take that leap of faith.
Especially if you're local and you want multifamily and you want to start building up. It's not necessarily all going to be close in Freeport. It kind of spreads out towards the Casuarina and the Sir Jack Bridge. So that there's lots and lots of available land out there, and the utilities are in place.
And the first step begins with research.
Dorian was a once-in-a-lifetime flooding situation. That's only part of what you need to consider. You do need to consider the availability, the proximity to the airport, proximity to the business district, and just the condition of the land, whether it is low-lying or not, because it rains all the time. It can flood anywhere. You need to build appropriately. You need to research on the type of material that holds up the best. And luckily, we do have a building code that's strong enough.
Reporting 4-Hour News, I'm Megan Shepard.
Coming up in sports, can Valentino Simon be the answer the Omaha Mavs need in their small ball lineup? Where do Bahamians stack up on the first NACAC rankings for 2026? And the men's national team heads back to the pitch in CONCACAF play.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking the Silence with Junior Clovis, where conversations we avoid finally have a place to breathe. Every story, every struggle, every breakthrough is brought to light, unfiltered and unspoken until now. Join us this Sunday at 2 p.m. as we confront the topics that matter, share real experiences, and change the conversation around mental health together. Watch, listen, break the silence.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Coming off an NCAA tournament appearance, the Omaha Mavs came into this season with high expectations, but they went through some early struggles. Insert a late season tweak, and now things have started to trend in the right direction. Go small, slide Valentino in at the 5, pick up the pace. Simon delivered a career night, then led Omaha to a pair of statement wins as the regular season continues to wind down. The senior forward scored 21 points and added 10 rebounds to lead the Mavs to an upset win over St. Thomas, 98-94. Entering the night, averaging just 2.2 points per game, Simon got the start at center and erupted for 15 points in the first half. He went on to nearly double his previous career high of 11. Simon said the matchup favored his quickness against the St. Thomas Bigs and credited a week of preparation for his readiness. He followed up that performance with another start in an 83-76 win over Denver. He finished with 11 points, 5 boards, and 6 assists in 30 minutes. The back-to-back wins have moved Omaha to 14-14 overall, 7-6 in Summit League play, and 4th in the division with 3 regular season games remaining. The easiest way to mine for content are rankings lists. Thank you, NACAC. The organization released its first top list for the 2026 season, and Bahamians are among the region's top performers so far. Kansas State Wildcats freshman Alan Hanna leads the way, ranked 1st overall and 1st in the under-20 division in the high jump with a leap of 2.15 meters. Wanye McCoy of the Florida Gators and Joshua Wilson are both ranked 4th in their events. McCoy in the 200 in 20.50 seconds and Wilson in the 100 at 10.47. In a growing 400-meter field, the Tennessee Vols' Javanya Valcourt and Gators' Quincy Penn ranked 10th and 11th, with times of 51.73 and 52.39 seconds respectively. They're followed by Texas A&M's LaCarthia Cooper, 16th at 53.34. The teenagers and Carifta hopefuls are also getting it done. At just 15, Jazay Johnson is ranked 4th overall and 1st in the under-18 division in the 100 meters with her time of 11.60 seconds, and Kiezra Thomas is 23rd overall, 1st in the under-18 division of the 400 meters in 53.88. In the men's under-20 division, Zion Davis is ranked 1st in the 200 in 20.99 seconds and 5th in the 400 in 47.31. Meanwhile, Giovanno Bridgewater is 3rd in the 400 at 47.11. CONCACAF continues to find ways to showcase the region's developing national team programs, and the Bahamas will return to the Caribbean Series next month. The Bahamas men's national team is set to compete in Group D of the CONCACAF Series during the upcoming FIFA International Match window in March. The team has been drawn alongside the Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, and Anguilla in Group D. All matches will be played at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex in Georgetown, Cayman Islands. The Bahamas opens their campaign March 26 against Anguilla, followed by a matchup against the host nation Cayman Islands on the 29th. The CONCACAF Series will feature 15 member associations competing across 4 groups. That'll do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS. Most glaring observation from NBA All-Star Weekend, you always figure out who the guys are when the game is on the line. BJ Edgecombe, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Edwards, Dwayne Wade, Kevin Pratt. If you know, you know. Back to the studio.
And still ahead on our news tonight, Greg is back with a look at your extended weather forecast. Stay with us.
Domestic violence? Think again. It is not just physical, emotional, financial, or sexual abuse, and it doesn't discriminate. If you feel intimidated, harassed, or manipulated, you're not alone. The Bahamas Crisis Center and the Domestic Violence Task Force are here. I am Sergeant 3992 Tamika Neely. Let's break the silence on domestic violence. Let's create safer communities.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Every year, car theft in the Bahamas rises. Thieves are getting smarter and faster.
This is our news. Welcome back. Frontal boundary falling stationary across the central Bahamas. Couple of patchy clouds with that, keeping us with some isolated showers. We had a couple of those here in the capital earlier this afternoon and continuing on this evening. That our frontal boundary will continue to weaken as high pressure dominates our weather. We're looking for more stable conditions for the next couple of days. Temperatures will begin to warm up by the end of the week as we expect another frontal boundary to be pushing into our area. That frontal boundary will be across the far western portions of the United States of America. Going to take quite a few days to get in here. Maybe a nice cool down. We think this is going to be the last time you see a really cool down once this front goes through by early next week. Future forecast showing nothing happening across that area. Most of the moisture is very shallow, so it's moving quickly across through that easterly breeze. But some of the moisture will hang out there in the open Atlantic associated with that boundary, and we will continue to enjoy some rather pleasant conditions for the upcoming week. Taking a look at your boating forecast. Caution flag for the Atlantic side of the Bahamas, and especially in the northwest Bahamas. Moderate risk of rip currents out there. East to southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. They will be gusting high at times. Seas running 2 to 4 feet near shore, building up to 7 feet offshore and in Atlantic waters in some northeasterly swells. Central and southeast Bahamas. Risk of rip currents out there. The caution flag should still be in place for you guys down there as well. Your winds have picked up easterly at 15 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet near shore, building up to 7 feet offshore in northeasterly swells. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we will continue with some patchy clouds tomorrow. That will burn off by Thursday. Temperatures will get near the 80-degree mark, but we start that climb to the mid-80s by the end of the week. And of course, by Sunday, we expect the front to get in here by late Sunday into Monday, knocking our temperatures down into the 70s, nighttime temperatures into the low 60s. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks a lot, Greg. Well, that's going to do it here for us on Our News Tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Jerome Sawyer. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Until then, have yourself a wonderful evening.
Hello, I'm Jerome Sawyer, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, if you want to continue to receive this great content, be sure and hit that button right over there. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way, you continue to get all of this great content from the team you already trust.